Well done.
I've been talking about responsibility, and last week I talked about a question, and we said, is it ever wrong to do the right thing, or is it ever right to do the wrong thing? And I'm still gonna put that out there. I want you guys to think about it until spring. I also want you to think about responsibility as far as uniting as a community, helping your neighbors, being responsible. I think all this stuff right now that's happening in the world, the greed and lust and things like that for power, for money, for material stuff, I think all of this is going to crumble, and actually I'm hoping it does. Because there's more important things to life, like another person. So I want you to really think about...
Why is that more important?
Because I think people have feelings. This rock over here doesn't have any feelings. This rock doesn't have a heart, doesn't have a brain, doesn't have any kind of emotion, does not have a soul, does not have a spirit. And I think we should be concerned about those matters rather than just a material item.
Has that happened for you?
Yes.
So how did that happen?
And I was going to talk about, I went to Socrates Cafe. Socrates Cafe. It is on Friday nights at Starbucks.
6 o'clock.
Panera's.
Panera Bread.
Or Panera. Sorry, Panera. Okay, it's at Panera on the corner of
13th and Grant.
13th and Grant, okay, at 6 o'clock, and it's really a lot of fun. The question was, last Friday, the question for everybody to answer within themselves and discuss was, what is the richness in your life? Without talking about money or material things, what is the richness that is in your life? And for me, it is the thing that fills the empty void that every soul has. And that to me is the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit. And so in that light, that's why I feel God's creation is, all around us, yes. But for people, that's God's family. And if you're a responsible person, you understand the care, concern, love, those kind of attributes of a family. And if we can carry that kind of attitude and that kind of responsibility into our next door neighbor and into the community, I think we'd function a lot better.
Hear, hear.
Oh, I don't know. That's
Yes.
my opinion.
All right.
So anyway, think about this. Come back March 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got something else to say, Sal?
All right.
We got
Sal's
more
back.
from Sal.
Sal's got
my
more.
name's Sal Rubo. I'm an artist, and I like to say the homeless problem, I think, throughout America is really at a critical state. And me, as an artist, I know what struggle is. I know I live by it all the time. And this past week, I had 3 friends that are well-established artists. They got evicted from their houses because they were maybe like a week or 2 behind on their rent. And they live in North Denver. And to me, it's a catastrophe when that happens to people that contribute to a lot to our society and culture. And I think I don't want the government to step into it, but I think realtors are asking too much for rent. All you want is a place to sleep. You're not going to, just stay there and take over like a squatter or anything. But
So what could be done to help right now?
I think people should start valuing people instead of money, because materialism in any society, once it takes over, it loses its spirit. And I think America has too much spirit to be caught into a materialistic state like that. But I think the last 8 years proved how the wrong party could influence everything else. That's why I'm a Democrat and I support our policies, but I just say something should be done. But, as Americans, I think we'll find it. Thank you very much.
Here we are at the close of our day for Speaker's Corner.
Our first year.
Our first year, and it's a good year. And what was said earlier about looking out for each other, this is very important. And I'll never forget, my little Irish grandmother lived at 2528 Hooker in North Denver, and it was near St. Dominic's Church. When the church ran out of food, she kept sandwiches in her icebox. I remember this ice box. I used to slam the door regularly of the ice box, which had the ice in it. And she kept sandwiches wrapped in wax paper with a little toothpick on the top. And my mother asked one day, why do we give these sandwiches to the gentleman from the rail yards? And my grandmother, who was from County Cork in Ireland, said, it could be St. Joseph in disguise testing us for our charity. And so one day my grandmother heard her slam the door on a man. And she said, Nellie, why did you slam the door on that poor homeless man? That was no St. Joseph, Mama. That man had liquor on his breath. Without a beat, she opened the door and said, St. Patrick, come back here. So we'll see you on March 22nd of this year, 2009, Sunday at 4 o'clock, here at Speaker's Corner.
Yes.
All right.
Yay.
Woo!